My mother had a heart problem, and so I took her to UCLA.
It is possible that the reason his heart continues to beat like a machine is due to the fact that he has consistently consumed the same food throughout his whole life. Every morning, it begins in the same sequence. Arnold Schwarzenegger always starts his day with a bowl of oatmeal, regardless of whether he is on set, at home, traveling the world, or making his way through the shadow of a hospital stay. That's right, oatmeal. We are not talking about a protein shake, eggs, bacon, or steak here. Neither the meat that builds muscle, nor the expensive spread, nor the Hollywood breakfast plate are allowed. Just a bowl of oats, warm, uncomplicated, and unassuming. You might feel the need to laugh at this, but perhaps you shouldn't do it, because this one food, which is frequently disregarded and underhyped, has quietly become the cornerstone of Arnold's daily heart health ritual, and it may just be the reason he is still standing strong. After decades of living in high-stress environments, enduring strenuous workouts, and undergoing not one, not two, but multiple heart surgeries. Open heart surgery was the next step after the Olympic gold medal. Arnold has been referred to by a variety of names throughout the world, including the Austrian Oak, the 7-time Mr. Olympia, the megastar of blockbuster movies, the Terminator, and the Governor of California. Neither gravity nor expectations have been able to stop him. The perfection of his body became a symbol of his body, as a tool for achieving his goals, his thoughts. On the other hand, beneath the steel frame and the booming catchphrases is a human heart, one that has been confronted with real and scary obstacles. Arnold had an elective heart surgery in 1997 to replace a faulty aortic valve.
After having had several heart surgeries,
This occurred a long time before the rest of the world was aware of his condition. The intention was for it to be a routine. It was not the case. It was not without its difficulties. The next year, in 2018, he underwent surgery once more, this time under the knife for an emergency open heart operation, and once more in the year 2020. There were 3 surgical procedures, with 3 narrow escapes. Everyone on the planet held their breath each time. Moreover, Arnold returned each and every time, alive yet alive with fire, not just alive itself. Therefore, when the individual himself asserts that oatmeal is one of the few things that he will not go a day without eating, you can be sure that there is a rationale for that assertion. Why do you eat oatmeal? You might be surprised by the answer. Choosing oatmeal as a daily ritual sounds almost anticlimactic for a man who has spent a significant portion of his life pursuing the goals of size, speed, and dominance. But that's where things start to get interesting in the story. Because oatmeal is not merely a filler. Indeed, it is not dull. It is not boring at all. In the fight for the health of the heart, it is a biochemical powerhouse. A warrior who is relatively unassuming and quiet. Beta-glucan is a specifically formulated form of soluble fiber that can be found in oats. This is where the magic begins. Through the formation of a thick gel within your digestive tract, this fiber attracts cholesterol to itself like a magnet, so removing it from your body before it has a chance to adhere to your arteries. As little as 1 bowl of oatmeal each day, according to research, can bring about a reduction of up to 10% in LDL cholesterol, also known as the bad cholesterol. There is no marketing hype in that. Here we have science. Nevertheless, this is only the beginning. Additionally, oats are one of the few grains that are abundant in avenanthramides, which are one-of-a-kind antioxidant chemicals that are nearly solely isolated from oats. The inflammation in the blood arteries is actively reduced by these substances, which also calm the artery walls and promote blood distribution. Putting it another way, the chaos that is occurring within your body is brought under control before it can develop into cardiac disease. After that, there is the effect on the blood sugar. Oatmeal, in contrast to sugary cereals or bakeries that are strong in carbohydrates, releases energy gradually. This continuous burn helps to maintain a healthy metabolism, prevents sugar crashes, and keeps insulin levels under control. Arnold has grown increasingly vocal about this topic as he has transitioned toward a lifestyle that is more plant-forward and focused on longevity. It's good for the heart, it's clean fuel, and it keeps me going. Teresa Arnold. That is what he has to say. It is not a slogan for marketing. It is not a pitch from a nutritionist. Arnold is just being honest about the things that are important to him right now. His health, his clarity, his sustainability, and his ability to continue living. It's almost as if you can picture it. As the sun rises, the sound of a spoon clinking against a bowl made of ceramic. An individual who used to enjoy eating mountains of meat and lifting vehicles for pleasure is now enjoying something gentle, uncomplicated, and beneficial to him. I find it poetic, unanticipated, and in a uniquely heroic manner, because this is no longer about vanity. To survive is the goal here. Despite all the glory, all the wealth, and all the muscle, it turns out that the thing that truly matters is what keeps your heart pounding. Oats are what Arnold eats, by the way. What is the superfood that is the most ignored on the whole planet? If we are being really honest, oatmeal does not exactly scream superstar. It is a beige color. It is tranquil. There is no mention of it on the front page of fitness magazines, nor is it featured prominently in Instagram postings about meal preparation strategies. But this may be the reason why it works, mostly because oatmeal does not pose as something that it is not. That is the case. The work is done by it. The healing process is unobtrusive. And isn't it precisely what we require more of in our lives? In the world that we live in, shortcuts and sizzle are really popular, with showy powders and tablets that are overly pricey. However, Arnold's practice serves to remind us that the genuine solutions are frequently found in the most inconspicuous of locations. Another dish of oats, a regimen for the morning. It is a decision that is made every day, not because it is thrilling, but because it is the proper choice. Not only is he still the Terminator, but he is now doing so for his health. At the age of 77, Arnold Schwarzenegger is no longer intent on pursuing movie parts or medals. Currently, he is aiming for a long life. In his speeches, he frequently emphasizes the significance of adopting a plant-based diet,
Stop eating meat all
minimizing the consumption of red meat, embracing clean foods, and living for one's future self. He is the kind of man who has felt the hand of death on his shoulder and nevertheless refused to go softly. According to him, oatmeal is not a fad. It is a device. It is a guardian. Just a warning. This is a modest act of defiance against heart disease. In addition, this may be the reason why his heart is still going strong now. What are you waiting for? That is the real question that has to be answered. Becoming Mr. Olympia is not the goal of this pursuit. In all honesty, it has nothing to do with oatmeal at all. The importance of basic routines cannot be overstated. To put it simply, it is about making the conscious decision to fight for your own life, even in the most insignificant of ways. If a man like Arnold, whose body was a temple of power and who lived through the highest available levels of stress, scrutiny, and strain, can find redemption in a bowl of oats, then perhaps the rest of us are also capable of doing so. Remember this as you stand in your kitchen tomorrow morning, staring at the various possibilities for breakfast that you have available to you. A cape is not required of you. Forget about going to the gym. A metamorphosis that takes place overnight is not required. Everything you need is a spoon and a rationale for it. To begin, focus on your heart. If you would like a follow-up to Arnold's exact plant-based breakfast routine, Oatmeal and Beyond, or a follow-up to deep dive into his post-surgery recovery diet, all you have to do is say the word, and I will bring it to reality. Want a heart like Arnold's? It starts with a spoon. Comment on your go-to-morning ritual, like if you're Team Oatmeal. Follow, subscribe for more habits that keep legends alive.